I went to Michael's today, which is a craft store out here in California, and they had this bin with a bunch of little journals for only $1. Very pretty, very artistic looking little booklets. And I bought about 5 of them. I was like, what am I going to put in here? Well, I decided I think that will be part of trying to organize my thoughts, because many know, it's very obvious. I do have bipolar disorder, and I was diagnosed about 7 years ago. But before that, before I had no clue, I always thought there was something wrong with me, I really don't know what. I mean, I was very happy, and I like being creative, and I love the fact that I'm a little bit emotional, and, I'm not doing anything wrong or anything bad. Once I realized and learned about it a little bit, which I honestly, in my opinion, okay, I'm not a doctor, but I don't think being bipolar is an illness. I think it's actually more, we're enlightened compared to the rest. We actually see more things. Our eyes can see exactly what's there, and it stresses us out. The average person that can go through life 9 to 5, same stuff day after day, and keep with the same mentality, to me, seems ill. So it's actually probably true for most people with bipolar disorder. When we look at other people who are supposed to be normal, they seem strange to us, because it's like, gosh, how can you live like that? How can you just that's it? Because a lot of us have a lot of dreams and ambitions, and we come up with all these ideas all the time and want to do all these things. It's just the mind is willing, but the body's not. And so you're holding in so much information and so many things, and your body's just not catching up to it. And that's where the frustration comes in, and that's where you start feeling like a failure, because you're not able to achieve all these things. But in reality, you are actually achieving a lot. You're achieving a whole lot more than the average Joe, to say, So try to remember that if you ever go through those dark times, that it's actually not a bad thing. And try to use that power for good. Try to use it your creativity for good. Whether you're a musician or an artist or a writer, you do cars, whatever your thing is, take that energy and just put it into that. Start a business, do whatever it is you dream, because life is a journey, and you have to make the most of it, because the bottom line is that it's only for a short time, and you will always think back, like, what if? I can write a book on all the things I've experienced. In one way, it's mind-blowing. It's like, why didn't I just have, a normal life? But another way, it's like, well, it's a good thing I didn't have a normal life, because I have a lot I'm leaving behind. And you know how many people are walking around with my bras on? We counted for the taxes, last year's taxes. I did almost 1,000 bras. 1,000 bras. I'm like, wow, that is mind-blowing. And so that means 1,000 people are walking around with my stuff on their boobs. Anyways, I was trying to keep my podcast PG. It's not working out too well. But I was giving this a lot of thought, and for anybody with family members and such, but I guess I'm mostly talking to others. Well, I hope you found my Pep Talk encouraging, and I think what I'm trying to say is that when you go through the tough times like that, look at the positive side. And the positive, it's not just you talking positive to yourself. It's actual fact. It's true. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being this way. I mean, I honestly still do not understand what the big deal is. But if society wants to label all of us as someone who has issues because we can't conform, I think that's what it is we can't conform to the kind of lifestyle and way of life that people try to set for us. But boy, they don't have a problem once we're dead. Once we pass away, they love our stuff. Suddenly, look, like Van Gogh, look at his artwork. It's just so brilliant. And all the other past writers and the guy in Nirvana, they love you after you're gone. Then you're just brilliant. But while you're going through it and while you're creating all these things, do they not give you hell? They give you hell through the whole damn thing. Why are you awake all the time? Why do you do this? Why you don't want company? You don't answer your phone. You're so private. And so that's the way to react. If you start getting people saying stuff like that, you just I don't know what to tell you. That's not my problem. That's your problem, not my problem, because I'm having a great time and I don't want to talk to you. That's all you have to say is, I don't want to talk to you. Sorry. It's over. Bye. Just reach down into your inner flight bipolarness and just let it rip. Let them have it. Just say, nope, sorry. Because it comes in handy. It comes in handy a lot. It's better than staying quiet and putting up with the frustration of people wanting explanations when you don't have to give them an explanation for anything. Always remember that, too. You don't have to answer to anybody. You may have family members and such, but the bottom line is you're the one living with you. It is your mind, and you're the one that's trying to cope, and you're the one that's trying to sleep at night. You're the one that's trying to achieve things and get things done. Even though in a way it is a bit selfish, that's just the way it is. So you need to survive. You need to do what you can so that when the darkness comes and you start getting into that bad place, you're prepared. You're ready. It's almost like a spiritual battle in a way. And that is how you have to look at it. You're preparing for battle. Part of being bipolar is eventually you do hit bottom. It will come whether every month, or 3 months, or twice a year. Or if you're like me, I'm a rapid cycler, which it's like daily changes or daily fluctuations. This is your life. This is how you live, and this is how your mind functions. You need to take it serious, because when the darkness comes, unlike others who just get upset or depressed or they have loss and things aren't going right and you have a bad day or you're really sad because of a life change, they are able to cope. They have something in their brain that helps them cope with devastation. But if you have bipolar disorder, usually that's all it takes is one little thing, and the thoughts are so bad that you can really do harm to yourself, or to, you want to end the pain, and you start getting some really bad thoughts. Well, that's what you're preparing for. So each day you fight and you lift yourself up and you tell yourself you're fine, because it doesn't help when others are coming at you and attacking you because of your personality, which I still say there's really nothing wrong with your personality, but they can't comprehend it, which in reality, if you really think about it, they don't have to comprehend it. It's not them. It's none of their business. And it's okay. It's okay if you tell somebody, you know what, it's really none of your business, don't worry about it. You just do what you got to do to survive the next day. You do what you got to do to get your stuff done and be happy, and work on being happy for yourself, for you. Don't be working on pleasing everybody else around you by your behavior. Of course, you don't want to do bad things, but it's very rare, unlike the stereotype and the stigma that is out there with bipolar. If you say bipolar, they think that there's somebody like super angry and they want to kill everybody one day, and the next day they're just nice to you. That's not bipolar disorder. And I've been through this before, because I've been attacked by people here on the Blog Talk Radio. The same crap. And the only thing I say is that they see something in themselves, so they attack me, because they really have no reason to. My life is none of their business. It's actually just highs and lows, and usually it's when you're in a real low, you can't do anything. You can't even yell at people. You can't tell them to get away from you if they keep bothering you, but for the most part, you can't even get out of bed. You can't even take care of yourself. It's that bad. And it's almost like if someone's going through grieving. And then the highs are manic stages where you're just hyper-focused. So, as you see, it has nothing to do with what the stigma is or what the stereotype is at all. It has nothing to do with it. That other kind of behavior is something more psychotic. It's more It's rare. It's rare. You only see a few people that end up in the news like that, you know. That is not bipolar disorder. So it just, if you compound it with alcohol or drugs, then yeah, you can get kind of weird, but still harmless. It's just mostly just that person.